Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name's Rebecca. Today's practice, you'll want to block. We are going to be doing a yin practice focused on the crown chakra. We'll begin seated, either cross-legged or kneeling. You can also kneel on your block, elevating the hips. Long spine, close the eyes, relax the arms down. You might rest your hands in your lap. I want you to imagine a window at the top of your head. And as I've been going through the chakras in these classes, I went from the bottom up, from the root. It's known as the first chakra. It's the base of the spine, and going up. I want to flip it on its head today. Think of the crown chakra as the first chakra, as spirit light pouring down into us, where literally heaven meets earth. Imagine a window at the top of your head and opening that window up to the light of spirit. If there was a mantra for this chakra, the crown, it would be, I understand, but it is not human understanding. It is spiritual understanding. Let that light in and let it fill up the space in your head, your neck, your torso, and your arms, all the way down into your legs. This is the light of awareness pouring into you. The crown chakra is depicted by a 1,000-petaled lotus. We think of it as a satellite dish resting at the top of your head. That is a lot of petals to receive light, to receive the frequency of divine, otherworldly energy that is beyond our physical sense of sight or our mental capacity. It's bigger, it's vaster, infinite. Exhale all the breath out, and then inhale through your nostrils. Open mouth, exhale. Release. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Drawing light down energetically into your body. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Breathe normally, seal the lips. Begin to move the arms with your breath. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms fall. 2 more. Gently flutter your eyes open. You begin moving the head in any direction, way you would like to. Whether it's side to side, up and down, half circles, full circles. Just explore range of motion in your neck, your cervical spine. Head to neutral, reach right arm up, left arm down, and then reach the hands toward one another. Keep your head neutral. I often see students tipping their head forward. I want you to slide your head back. And then we switch. Head neutral, side to side. If you would like, you could add the block and pass the block off between the hands. And yes, you might drop the block. And that's okay. We're letting go of our judgment, just stepping into that field of curiosity, of play. One more time on each side. Rise up to a high kneel and rest that block and balance it on our crown. And we know it's the crown because that is the spot on the head where we can actually balance the block. If you were to do a headstand, this is the part of the head that would come down onto the floor. We literally lower onto our crown. And if you're feeling super steady and stable here, maybe you play with shifting the weight into left leg and stepping right foot forward. And then play with the other side. No shame in holding the block on your head. And if it wobbles and falls like mine, just reset. Imagine it like a balloon, and if we built up static, it just sticks to our head. Imagine the block sticking. Slowly play with balance, maybe bringing right and left foot forward. And it's amazing what it does. A student pointed out to me today, she felt so much more balanced because her focus was at the top of her head. It brought her awareness elsewhere, out of the mind. Let's do one more here if you can step the foot forward. Oops. Set the block off to the side, tabletop pose. Drop the navel, lift the tailbone, cat pose. Hug your shoulder blades towards your spine and exhale round. If you feel like doing more organic shapes in your cat-cow, feel free to play. Just want to bring some dynamic movement into hips, shoulders, spine, torso. Letting the body come alive through movement and breath. Neutral spine. Bend the elbows and tap the forearms down to the floor and rise. Tap forearms down and rise. A few more times. Next time you drop your forearms down, legs come back, hips drop down, sphinx pose. Elbows stack underneath shoulders, top of the head lifts away from the forearms and the floor. Add gentle movement here if you're feeling tension or tightness in the neck and shoulders. Feel free to deepen this back bend by straightening the arms. And you can play with the position of the legs. The legs could be wide, they can be narrow. You could let toes press out to the outer edges of the mat and heels drop in toward the center. It's not available to all of us, but for some of us, it might feel really nice. It's external rotation of the hips, the feet. Slow, steady breaths. Allowing yourself to be present. We slow down the breath, we slow down the thoughts. And starting to let go of the busyness of the mind. When we want to tap into those upper chakras, like the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, it is practices like yoga and meditation, being out in nature, where we remove the distractions so we can more deeply connect with ourselves and the environment around us, with all the senses. Slowly lower down, open wing, right hand moves directly out from right shoulder, palm down, and we roll onto the right hand side, bending left knee. If that feels available in your body, you could place a block underneath the head or let the head drop down to the floor. Left arm could be kickstanded out here to the side, or you could bring it behind your back, or maybe even grab a hold of left foot or ankle for a quad stretch. And keep breathing. Remembering that this is your practice, to modify, make it your own, that I'm merely making suggestions here as a guide. And then we all notice how sensation arises and how we want to arrange our bodies so that we can cultivate more ease and less effort, more presence, less perfection. It's the practice of tuning in versus attaining, trying to reach some goal. The goal is presence, to be here now. Switch sides. Roll back onto your belly. Left hand moves directly out from left shoulder. Roll onto the left hand side. Arrange your legs the way you'd like. The head and right arm, whether it kickstands or wraps behind your back. Keeping the crown soft and open. When we came into these bodies, the brain not fully formed, the bones of the skull are soft and malleable. We are born with a soft spot. And then eventually, as the brain fully develops, those bones become harder and they form this protective layer. But that is what it is, protection for the brain. It is not armor or trying to keep out spirit. Gently unwind. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, forehead down toward the floor. Begin to squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back, as if you're trying to grab an imaginary pencil between the shoulder blades. Taking your gaze forward, maybe floating the hands off the floor. You could float your legs as well. Couple of deep breaths, just activating the back side of the body. And release. Press up through tabletop, press back, child's pose. Hips to heels. Forehead down. You might bring a block underneath your forehead. Breathe into your back. Feel the skin stretch and expand on the inhale. Reach right hand over to the left and let left hand slide towards your knee. Press into left palm as you spiral the left side of the ribs up toward the ceiling and drop right ear down toward the floor. Switch left hand over to the right, right hand toward right knee. Drop left ear down toward the floor. Spiral the right side of the rib cage up. Might not move very much. Back to center. Rabbit pose. Reach your hands back towards your heels. Maybe this is where you stay. I do not recommend rabbit if you have cervical spine issues, but if you don't have any issues with your neck, roll onto the crown of the head as the hips lift. This is our beginner's headstand. There's not a lot of weight in the crown of the head, just a little bit as the hips rise. We draw the navel up toward the spine, so we're hollowing out the belly. Shoulder blades roll away from the spine. Release. Bring your hands forward. Rise up through tabletop. Come to a high kneel. Grab your block. Balancing the block on the head. Another trick here is if you change the position of the block, you might find it a little easier to balance. I don't know. Just an option to try. Bringing the weight into left knee, step right foot forward, Anjaneyasana. Take 3 to 5 deep breaths. Let the hips come forward and down. Bring the block inside of right foot, heel toe, right foot out, wider runner's lunge. So you might use that block and bring your forearms down onto the block. our crown is balanced, we have peace beyond words. Enter knowing that you belong to something vast and timeless, aligned, guided, supported by wisdom greater than the mind. Expansive, interconnected, and a sense of purpose. When the crown is unbalanced, we get lost in thought, in the mind. We can overanalyze, disconnected from both body and spirit. We might be isolated, might cut ourselves off from the bigger picture, and cut ourselves off from the wisdom that is within us, around us. Walk your hands to the long edge of your mat, wide-angled forward fold. You might use the block for the hands. Come up halfway, and then exhale, drop your forearms down toward the floor. And then inhale, rise. Just a little wave through the spine. You might notice how sensation shifts and changes at the back of the legs as you draw the forearms closer to the floor. And eventually just holding it down toward the floor, maybe dropping the crown of your head onto your mat or the block. If you had a headstand practice, you could do that here. Imagine pouring out the contents of the mind and just letting it go. Let that window open to spirit. When that window to spirit is open, my experience with it is, then we really see that life is not ordinary, that it's extraordinary, that miracles abound. And what we usually take for granted, we can be just in awe of. Because we really are in that bigger picture, vast, infinite state of mind. And crawl to the back of the mat, half splits. Right knee comes down, left leg straightens. If you want to take a deeper variation, feel free to move toward full splits, whatever your body is open and ready for. Reach the crown of your head toward the back, toward your toes. 3 to 5 deep breaths. Slowly make your way to the top of your mat. Right foot comes down, right knee bends, left knee is down. Reach right arm up and rainbow it back to reach toward the back of your mat. An option to take a quad stretch. Step right foot back, child's pose. You might opt for a down dog or to cat-cow. Rise back up to a kneel. Grab your block, balancing it once again on the top of your head. Weight into right knee, left foot steps forward. Hips come forward and down. Runner's lunge, and take that block inside of left foot. You can rest your hands on it or bring your forearms down onto it. Deepen your breath. And let the breath bring you here now. And the breath is here to help you cultivate presence, to be in this present moment. Crown soft and open. way to the long edge of your mat, wide-angled forward fold. Feel free to bring your block along for the ride. Arms long, half lift, and then exhale, bend the elbows and drop the forearms down to the floor. 4 more. Eventually, the forearms drop down toward the floor, top of the head down toward the floor, or your block. You might play with headstand here if you'd like. If you want to add any other movements here, like swaying side to side, or taking your hands to the right, to the left, maybe some side lunging, feel free to explore. Half splits back of the mat. This time, left leg straightens. And we fold. Feel free to come into full splits. Crown of the head reaches toward the back of the mat, spine long. Check in with your breath. And 3 to 5 deep breaths. Slowly travel back to the top of your mat. Bend left knee, sole of the foot comes down, back into a lunge. Left arm reaches up and over. We reach it back. And maybe right hand comes, left foot comes into right hand. The quad stretch and the twist. release. Left foot steps back, child's pose, or any other reset movements you want to make. Gently rise. Send your hips over to the side. Legs come forward. Come onto your back, supported bridge pose. Placing the block on the medium, low, or high setting underneath the hips. Elevating our hips and our hearts. And tractioning the base of the spine away from the top of the head. And recognizing ourselves as a bridge between spirit and matter, between the infinite and the intimate, the limitless and the lived. We are that bridge. It is literally spirit coming into matter. It is where heaven meets earth, and we are not separate from it. We are an expression of it. If you feel called to lift your feet up toward the sky, or maybe let your heels slide toward the top of your mat. Maybe if you've got the feet elevated, you could do a shoulder stand or plow. There are no rules here. It's literally just listening to your body. And how often do we do that when we are mentally distracted and on that merry-go-round of the busyness in the mind? So let yourself move, be free. Sometimes it's really great to be told what to do. And that can be comforting, and it can be equally comforting just to give ourselves permission to do, to be as we wish to be. There are things guiding us, like fate, and there is also free will, our ability to choose. It's not one or the other. It's both and. And there will be times in our lives where we are driven more by fate, and there will be times where we are required to make those choices and to use our free will. And press into your feet, lift the hips, set the block off to the side. Hug your knees in toward your chest or gently drop the knees side to side, neutralizing the low back. And for a moment, lay on your back. Feel free to pause this video if you'd like, or rise with me to a seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hari Om Tat Sat.